elections and as citizens of Harris County and representing all of us. I am so thrilled to see you guys here tonight and supporting him. And I am just so thrilled that he took it upon himself and he threw his hat in the ring, and he's carrying a heavy burden right now. You know, he's a single dad, he's running a law practice, and he's running for county attorney. And he's doing well at everything he tries. This is a man who really steps up to the plate and gives it his all. He's a passionate attorney who will do us right, and I hope you all join me in supporting Chris for Harris County Attorney.
Yeah, Chris! Thank you for those very, very kind and undeserved words. And thank you all for coming out tonight. I know it was a tiring drive for a lot of people come from downtown, or from the north side, or from the east side, or from the south side. But we finally came to the west side just for Margie and Chief Reyes. So,
we walked over here.
But again, I sincerely thank y'all all for coming out. Y'all can be anywhere tonight. I'm not sure there's a lot of other things you'd rather be doing, but you've taken time out to come show support, not just for myself, but for this campaign. And this campaign is a critical campaign. It's one that often goes overlooked. The county attorney's office isn't a glamorous position. It's not a sexy thing on the ballot. It's down at the very bottom where everybody gets washed up. But it's one of the most important offices in Harris County. You know, Jackie touched on it earlier. You know, the CPS docket is one of those things that are near and dear to me. Having 2 daughters myself and making sure that we're always looking out for the best interest of children is something that I take seriously. When I advocate day in and day out in the family courts, I'm doing it for the children, I'm doing it for the families. So when you see a defunct system every day in the family justice system, you have to do something about it. When you see judges day in and day out, they're tired of it. They're frustrated, and there's only so much they can do. The county attorney's office has to step up. We have to have better organization. We have to have trained and developed attorneys ready to take on every single case that comes through the door. Yes, we have to have a leeway for the new hires, but we have to make sure we have a training program. But it does no good to have a training program if we don't have experienced attorneys leading the way on that. You know, one thing about myself is that I've constantly been involved in the court proceedings, hearings, trials, motions, every week, every month, every year. I'm not a paper pusher attorney. I am in the courtroom. And I say that because experience matters. I'm making sure we have an experienced attorney in this position who doesn't negotiate from a point of weakness, but from a point of power and knowledge is critical for the county attorney's office. Whether it's for property taxes, whether it's for the CPS docket, whether it's for guardianship cases, whether it's negotiating with illicit businesses, whether we're going to keep them open so we can hunt down the root problem of human trafficking, not just go after what the public wants, but the root cause of human trafficking. That takes patience. That takes knowledge. That takes something with an even balanced, mindset to be able to effectively do those things. And it takes someone with experience to be able to do that, to negotiate with different parties, to negotiate with communities, and not just one certain community or another, but someone who can go to any community or any demographic across the county and have effective communication and dialogue with them, fruitful dialogue. If everybody's following me, y'all know that over the last few years, myself along with my great friend Kevin Fulton over there, who was also running for judge in Court 11, and will be our next judge for District 2. One thing he always says, and I stole from him, is we're not here from election to election, we're here from generation to generation. Because we do that. We go into these communities. We go into these neighborhoods. We do it for the betterment of the community, but also for the betterment of the Republican Party. So people understand we're not just there just to take votes. We're there because we have a true and genuine interest in making sure we have a successful and thriving community and county. But it's those types of assets and character traits that is needed in the county attorney's office. People ask me at these different forums, what's the biggest issue you see with the county attorney's office? And there's a lot of them. But the first thing I always say is trust. There's a big trust issue. And it's not just trust with the community, but there's trust within the elected officials. There's trust within county employees. But that's why you need someone who understands that problem, understands that issue. Someone who is trustworthy, puts honor and dignity above anything else, and make sure they're always looking out for the kindness the neighborhoods are there for to flourish. And that's Chris Carmona. That's myself. That's what I've been doing. That's what I've been advocating for. In growing the party, I've also made sure that I always take time out to understand neighborhoods, to understand the strife that people go through. So if there's any type of cause of action, any type of litigation that comes to the county attorney's office, I've experienced it. I've lived through it. I've been legal counsel, or representation for someone who's been through that process. Again, experience matters, and we don't have time in this position, in this day and age, to start training someone who has no experience in civil litigation. You know, we have a hard and tough primary on March 1st, and we've done a great job of securing a lot of grassroots endorsements and a lot of grassroots support. You know, we've got the Kingwood Tea Party, we've got Spring Branch Republicans, Katy Christian Magazine, United Republicans of Harris County, the C Club, HRBC. But we need more. We need more people out there. We need more people spreading the word and spreading the message of Chris Carmona. You know, when you're battling the big money slates and the pay-for-play action out there, the Dr. Hotzies, you have to make sure that you have a well-funded and a well-rounded campaign. And I've always survived on my campaigns with the grassroots support. People like you, people who come up to all the events, show their support. And don't do it with a frown, but you do it with a smile. Because you truly believe in what I push. And you truly believe in what we're trying to do and accomplish, not just for this campaign, but for the party, for our state, for our country. And it's with that type of support we will win this seat in March. And after March, we're going to make sure we're pushing harder going into November. Vince Ryan is an established candidate. He's an established incumbent. Very, very politically savvy. But one thing I know he can't be missed on, and that's tenacity, hard work, and drive. And there's no one, and there's no team in Harris County that works harder, neighborhood to neighborhood, block to block, than a Chris Carmona campaign. I get amen on that.
Amen.
And where's my mom right here? Number one volunteer in the county when it comes to poll locations. Where's Sandy? Block walking captain right there, every day, all day. No one could beat her in the amount of doors.
And here, you know, I tell you what, I put my money where my mouth is, and here it is. I hope everybody else donates to your campaign.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. And that's, you know, it's great to have the manpower. But at the end of the day, we can't touch every door. We can't. It's impossible. There's just way too many people in this county. Even if it's a city election, way too many people in the city. But we have to have funds to be able to communicate our message, whether it's through radio, TV, mail pieces. We have to get our message out. We have to show and highlight the differences between myself and establish a successful civil litigator, someone who has experience in the family law practitioner area, and someone who's just been a criminal attorney for the last 40 years. We have to be able to highlight those differences. When I tell people that I'm not a plea bargain attorney, or I'm not a settlement attorney, I don't say it because I have a desire to take things to trial. It's not because I have a desire to always want to be involved in lengthy litigation. I say it because I will not cave in to pressure just because I think a case is hard. That's the easy way out. And I'll never take the easy way out. Never done it, never will. And that's who we need in the county attorney's office. Someone who doesn't compromise, someone who doesn't bend, and someone who can't be bought off. Again, I thank y'all all for coming out tonight. Please, please make sure y'all spread the word. We have yard signs. If we run out, we have more. But please tell your friends, your neighbors, and if y'all can, I would ask if y'all can make a small contribution of whatever y'all can tonight, and ask your friends to do the same. So again, thank you.
Most important thing you can do is to tell your friends. Getting out the vote for Chris and tell your friends, because a personal recommendation means so much more than anything else. So what you can do that will help Chris win is send emails to all of your contacts and tell them that this is an important race in the primary. A lot of Republicans, because a lot of the judges on the ballot did not get opponents. There are only a handful of contested primary races for Republicans this year. And as a result of that, there might not be a very high turnout. So it's really important that we show up and we vote. And we encourage them to go all the way down to the end of the ballot and vote for Chris, because all those judges without opponents are going to be in front of him. And so we need to make sure that they know to go vote for him. So please email your friends and please email your contacts so that you can tell them to vote for Chris.
And Twitter, Facebook, Periscope, any type of social media available, please use it. Spread the name, spread the message. Hashtag committed conservative, because we don't flop year by year and run as a Democrat and then run as a Republican. We've always been conservative, we've always been a Republican, and we're committed to the Republican Party. And we are committed to conservative Chris Carmona for county attorney. Thank y'all.
Thank you.